resources for ourselves, but he is my Father in heaven. It is my Father's job to put food on my table. It is my Father's job to make sure I can pay the bills. I wish I had a witness here. It's not up to me. I'm not going to try to step in the place of my Father. I'm not going to try to dethrone my Father. Can you say amen? He is the shepherd of my life. He is the shepherd of my soul. Clap your hands and somebody giving praise up in this house. Lord, well, I tell you what. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. I guess I'll save these notes for next time. Never got a witness here. Maybe don't nobody never read that before, but give me the 23rd Psalms. The Lord is my shepherd, that I shall not want.
You make me to lie down in green pastures.
Wait a minute. He made me lay down. Sometimes God brings you to a place of rest and you still want to run. Sometimes God brings you to a place of recognition and you still want to run. Sometimes God provides for you and you still think you can do it on your own. He had to make me lay down. He makes me lay down.
In green pastures.
What he trying to do? He's trying to tell me, Zach, I got this. He make me lay down in green pastures. Come on.
He leadeth me beside the still water.
He leadeth me beside still waters. It is the nature of sheep to be afraid. It is the nature because it's the timidity of a sheep. He's a very timid creature. Any quick movement will make it. In other words, when he go down to drink from the waters, if the waters are raging, he can drink. So what God do first, he steals the water. Maybe your waters are troubled today, but I'm serving a God that can calm troubled waters. He can stop raging seas. Yes, Lord. You remember, y'all looking at me, you remember when the disciples was on the ship and they thought they were going to be destroyed, and the wind began to blow and the water began to rage, and they said, Master, do you care that we perish? Jesus come up from the hinder part of the ship and he looks at the wind and he said, peace, be still. All of a sudden the wind stopped blowing. The water calmed down. Because the shepherd was on board. The shepherd was on board. So when trouble flares up out of nowhere, you gotta always remember who's on board. Anybody know who on board? Long time ago when I was a little boy growing up in church, we used to sing that congregation song, take the Lord along with you everywhere you go, because you're going to need him. Yes, you will. You're going to need him in your home. You're going to need him on your job. Yes, you will. But as mean that the devil will not try to stick his head up in the midst of God's creation. I wish I had help right there. He created it, and he's the master over it. So no matter what devil come in, God has control over every demon, over every devil, over every spirit. I wish I had help up in here. I'm reminded of when there was a man that was possessed by the devil. And the Bible said that this man, he would cut himself with stones. And Lord help me, he lived out in the graveyard. And amen, they couldn't tie him with chains and fetters. Every time they would put chains on him, he would break the chains asunder. Amen. And he was stripped naked. And he would sleep out in the graveyard. And one day the man said, come and pray for my son. Jesus shows up on the scene, and the devil looks at him. He said, oh Lord, this ain't the time. The devil thought, because you know in the end, the devil's going to be bound and thrown into hell. When the devil comes and see Jesus shows up, he said, oh Lord, every knee got to bow, every tongue got to confess that Jesus the Christ is Lord. I wish I had help up in this house. The devil who was destroying this boy's life, he got done. He said, oh Lord, this is not the time, is it? You're not going to destroy us, are you? I looked at the calendar and I didn't think it was this quick. I can't believe you just showed up out of nowhere. Jesus, don't do us no harm. Jesus looked at the devil. He said, I adjure you, come out of here. They said, Lord, where we going? We got to go in something. We just can't walk around in the earth. Amen. Every devil and every demon have to possess a body, have to possess a soul, have to possess something that's living. He saw some holes. He said, if you got to send us away, send us in the swine. Jesus said one word. Go. And if you allow him the opportunity to handle that problem that you have, just tell the devil, go. I don't know where you're going, but you got to get up out of here. Lord, help me in there. You got to get up out of here. You got to get out of my home. You got to get out of my mind. You got to get out of my body. You got to get out of my thought life. Why? Because the Lord is my shepherd. You got to go. You got to let me tell you something. The Bible declares that life and death is in the power of the tongue. The reason why ain't nothing happening because you ain't saying nothing. If I got a witness here, there's a time to be quiet and there's a time to speak. But whenever the devil raises his hand, that's the time you got to stand up and say, devil, you got to go. You got to get out of my finance. Wish I had help up in here. Clap your hands and give him praise. Is much. Come on, he leads me.
Beside the still water.
Now, I better back up, hold on, because I got to bring this out.